Morning. Hey, how's it going, guys? This morning I want to talk to you about limiting beliefs, and we're just going to talk about one limiting belief this morning. Maybe I'll do a series of videos on a few other ones that kind of stop us from doing the things we want to do. And of course, from my perspective, I'm going to take it from things that stop us from getting into training in the martial arts, right? Before I get into that, really quickly, I want to say thank you to everybody because we recently released a video called Intro to Kaishin Jikundo not too long ago, probably maybe 5-6 weeks ago, and that thing has just been all over the world now like crazy. It's awesome. Hey, Daryl, what's happened, bud? It's been to Israel, it's been to Australia, it's been to Ireland, it's been all over the United States, and it's been really well received by people. So I just want to say thank you to that. It's a really good video. If you haven't had a chance to check it out, you should do that. Andres, how's it going, bud? Also, I want to let everybody know that because we've had some inquiries about the latest weapons camp that we did over the summer. So weapons camp is, I believe it's edited. I believe it's, as far as the actual video portion of it goes, is ready to go. I believe right now we're just working on cover art so we can get the labels for the DVD and the cover for the DVD put together, and we can get that out to you guys. So make sure you keep an eye out for it. Romel, what's happening? So I just wanted to talk about this limiting belief. And the first limiting belief, I believe, when it comes to martial arts for people, is no money. People always tell themselves, "Oh, I don't have the money for that." And what's funny is I've heard people, and of course we use this excuse for everything, right? It's not just martial arts training, but since I do martial arts, this is what I see the most from people. Hey Josh, what's up, bud? So the first thing, is I've seen people do this. They say, "Oh, I don't have the money for that," or "Who has the money for that?" before they even know what the cost of something is. We see this a lot, right? We just automatically assume that something's going to be too much, or for some reason we can't. Hey Joe, what's going on, buddy? We can't afford something, therefore we just don't even attempt it. And sometimes this is true, but usually it's not true. Usually instead what's happening really is that we are focusing on the sacrifice, or we're seeing something as a sacrifice. Earl, what's happening, bud? We're seeing it as a sacrifice instead of as an investment. Okay? And so this is the interesting thing. That means we wind up focusing on the pain of something instead of the value of something. So here's a good example, right? Let's say I told you, hey, I want to sell you a car, only $100. And you would say, "Man, I'm not gonna waste my money on some car that's $100. How good could some $100 car be? That's a waste of my money. I'm not gonna that's total BS, right?" But if I pulled up in like a brand new Lamborghini in perfect working order, and I said, "Oh, I only want $100 for this," somehow, somewhere, you would find that money almost immediately, right? Because now you see the value. Now you look at it as investing in something. And so that's what you really got to do, is look at things like, Brian Harmer, what's up, buddy? Steve, what's happening? So we got to think about that, right? In terms of what am I investing in? Focus on the value of what you're getting instead of the pain or the sacrifice. It's funny. People say, "Oh, I don't have the money for martial arts," or maybe they say, "Oh, I don't have the money to invest in my kids' summer camp," or whatever it might be. And the funny thing is, they still find money for cigarettes. They still find money to hit the bar every weekend. They still find money, to buy $80 video games. They still find time and money to go hit the casino. My favorite are the ones that the guys that say, "Oh, I don't have the money for that," but they have like 1,000,000 guns. Now I'm a gun fan, but like I have one. I have one friend who's just insane. Like, not insane, but you walk into his house and he can open up one room of his house and it's just lined with assault rifles and pistols and hunting rifles, and it's his passion, which is awesome. But you say to him, let's go grab a concert with somebody, and be like, "Oh yeah, no, I can't afford that," or why don't you go train with me over here? Come do this seminar with me. I'd love you to be my partner. "Yeah, I can't afford that. I can't afford that." Hey, Dixie, Nick, Earl, what's going on, guys? Jeff, good to see you. So anyways, it's about how they see things, here's a good example of finding that value. So a very good friend of mine, had I said to him, hey buddy, let's why don't you take a trip to Paris or something? He would say to me, oh man, I can't do that. That's I got a school to run, I got a job to go to, I got stuff to do. That's not happening. And then a great opportunity came up for his daughter to be able to go to Paris for a school thing. And the next thing you know, now they're working on finances. They're going to find a way to make this happen. They're finding time. They're finding all these things because he sees this now as the investment and an opportunity in his daughter's future, which is important to him. So as soon as it's something as an investment, we change the way we think about it. So another good example, private lessons. In my own private lessons, it's really easy if I were to go lesson by lesson with my own teachers. You could say, oh, I don't have the money for it this week. So what I would do is I would always take like maybe my tax returns, or I'd save up throughout the year, and I would pay for a year's worth of private lessons up front. So it's already been paid for. I've already made that investment. Now I better find the time, So when I wake up in the morning, maybe I have to drive an hour to my private lesson, or maybe drive 2 hours to my private lesson. The road is cruddy and I'm tired and it's cold. Hey, I've already invested in this. I've already paid. David Avery, how's it going? I've already paid for this. So I've already invested. So I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna go down there. I'm gonna drive. I'm gonna get that lesson in. So it's about how we set things up in our mind. Scott Dixon, what's going on, man? One other quick thing that I think happens here with this particular limiting belief. When we pay money for something, we're kind of making a commitment, right? And when we say we don't have enough money for something, that's not having to make a commitment. So let's say you go to a martial arts school, or you go to a dance school, or you go to college, or you go to wherever you go, and you have to pay for a certain amount of time. So let's say you pay for a 6-month contract or a 1-year contract, or you pay for a full semester of classes or whatever that might be. That's a commitment. And saying no saying I just don't have enough money is a way of saying that you don't have to make that commitment. Hey, Lee Taylor, what's going on, bud? And if we don't make the commitment, well, that means we don't have to try. And if we don't have to try, that means we don't have to fail. So awesome. So some people don't realize it, but sometimes saying I don't have the money really just comes back to a fear of failure. They don't want to see themselves not do well at something. So it's easy to just say, oh, I don't have the money for that. And that happens more than we think. And that process is so almost unconscious. It happens in our brain. So think about that. Sometimes if making a commitment to paying, or if paying for something means a commitment, then it's just easier not to commit, by saying you don't have the money. And if you're not committing, it means you don't have to try. And if you don't have to try, you don't have to fail. Larry, what's going on, buddy? So it's just something to kind of rattle around in your brain. So when you find yourself saying, I don't have the money for something, whatever it is, it doesn't have to be martial arts. Martial arts is just the example I use because the majority of the people that I know are martial artists. Martial arts is what I do. And, a lot of you guys on here watching this are martial artists. But it doesn't have to be just that. So this is what I'm going to do for you guys. Tell you what, so typically, if you were to come into my school, if you're going to come over to KSK Martial Arts and do a trial, like our initial trial is $10. And to help people get kind of past that, and I just want to say thank you for watching the video and sticking to watch it all the way through. What I'm going to do is say, if you come in and you want to set, or if you give us a call and you want to set up a trial class, we come in, try all our classes at night, try our weapons classes, try our stand-up classes, try our grappling classes. If you mention this video, I will give you your trial for free. So that way you don't have to worry about that financial commitment up front. Bonnie, morning, what's going on, girl? So anyways, I just want to kind of throw that out there. If you guys have any questions or topics that you want to talk about, if you have any comments, please just personal message me and let me know, or leave me a comment. I'd love to hear what kind of topics you guys want to talk about. Let's see. Find me on Instagram, tkentnelson_KSK Martial Arts. And of course, you can always find me at my website at tkentnelson.com. So anyways, John Chamberlain, morning. Morning, Seafood Squirrel. I already fed the squirrels this morning. Nice, John. So anyways, I hope everybody's having a great morning. I'm off to go get my weekly massage, keep my body healthy. Then I'm going to go teach a private lesson student who's an awesome gal that that she's putting some serious work in. I'm really proud of her, and then the progress she's made, and then I get to work on stuff for the school, and then I get to go teach and do what I love the most. So I hope everybody has an awesome day. God bless.